Uber gave its engineers unlimited access to AI coding tools at the start of the year. By April, they had reportedly burned through the entire annual AI budget. The company capped every developer at $1,500 a month per tool. And Uber was not alone. Microsoft canceled most direct Claude code licenses across an internal division by June 30th. Starbucks shut down its AI inventory system after 9 months of errors. Klarna reversed course on AI-only customer service after complex cases exposed the limits. But while application buyers are pulling back, Big Tech is still spending $650 billion or more on AI infrastructure this year. Here is the scale. Amazon plans to spend about $200 billion on AI infrastructure in 2026. Alphabet, up to $185 billion. Meta, up to $135 billion. Microsoft, over $105 billion. Combined, that is roughly $650 to $725 billion, up more than 60% from last year. The money is going into data centers, chips, cooling systems, and power gear. This is not just software spending. It is steel, substations, server racks, water loops, and construction schedules. Even Microsoft had already been reported pulling back from about 200 megawatts of leased data center capacity, while still saying its overall cloud build-out was growing. The question is whether enough paid applications show up to fill the capacity. Back on the demand side, Uber's budget blowout is the cleanest example. When engineers got broad access to Claude Code, Cursor, and other terminal-based coding agents, they used them everywhere. Writing features, running tests, debugging, pushing commits. Token bills climbed until 4 months of spending consumed a full year's budget. The $1,500 monthly cap was the financial reckoning. Microsoft took a different route. Instead of capping every direct Claude code seat, it moved engineers toward GitHub's Copilot CLI, Microsoft's own tool. Part cost control, part platform consolidation. Starbucks and Klarna tried something harder, replacing human work outright. Starbucks deployed an AI inventory system using cameras and sensors across more than 11,000 stores in late 2025. 9 months later, employees called it unreliable, and the company returned to one consistent inventory process. Klarna went further. In 2024, it said an AI assistant handled 2.3 million customer conversations in 1 month, work it compared to roughly 700 human agents. Then the hard cases started to matter. Billing disputes, edge case returns, and situations requiring judgment got stuck. Klarna brought more humans back into the loop. These are not isolated failures. MIT research found that 95% of enterprise generative AI pilots showed little or no measurable financial impact. A Gartner survey of nearly 800 IT leaders found only 28% of AI projects fully met their return targets, and 20% failed outright. S&P Global reported that 42% of companies abandoned at least one AI initiative in 2025, more than double the rate from the year before. On June 28th, the Bank for International Settlements, the central bank of central banks, published its annual report and compared the AI boom to canal mania, railway mania, and the dot-com bubble. Each started with a real technology. Each attracted more capital than near-term commercial returns could justify. Each ended badly for investors and the wider economy. The BIS flagged a specific mechanism this time: circular financing. Hyperscalers invest in AI labs. Those AI labs then commit to multi-year purchases of computing power from the same hyperscalers that funded them. The money goes in a circle. And one estimate puts the AI capex to revenue growth gap at 46%, already larger than the 32% gap before the 2001 telecom bust. Markets are starting to price in the risk. On June 23rd, South Korea's Kospi reportedly fell nearly 10% in a single session, with Samsung and SK Hynix hit especially hard. A circuit breaker halted trading for 20 minutes. The crash was a leverage flush. Retail investors had piled into chip stocks with record borrowed money, and the unwind was fast. The market recovered within days, but the snap showed what happens when AI sentiment cracks even briefly. The companies most exposed to the infrastructure bet take the biggest hit. So what separates the AI that survives from the AI getting cut? The pattern is consistent. Coding assistants can save time on specific tasks, writing tests, debugging, generating boilerplate, moving through familiar code. Chip design automation has measurable results. Logistics optimization can prove savings with hard numbers. Every surviving use case has the same shape: a specific task, a measurable outcome, and a human still in the loop. The projects getting cut skipped that discipline. Vague transformation programs with no defined metric, full customer service replacement with no escalation path, inventory systems with no reliable human fallback. Uber still uses coding tools. It caps the bill. Microsoft still builds AI. It consolidated to one tool. The retreat is from open-ended spending, not from the technology itself. The AI bubble is not popping all at once. It is splitting in half. Hundreds of billions of dollars of infrastructure are going up on the bet that demand will arrive. The companies that were supposed to generate that demand are learning, painfully, which applications actually earn their cost back. The BIS says this pattern has ended badly before. The open question is whether $650 billion of data centers, chips, and power can find enough real applications to justify the bet before the financing window closes.